everybody, welcome to What Culture Gaming. I'm Rich, I'm joined by Scott.
Hello.
And it's a very exciting day because we have been sent one of these lovely Mega Drive Minis. Thank you so much to Sega for sending this in and for sponsoring this video. We have been very excited for this ever since this was announced, whenever it was announced a while ago, because Sega are not exactly entering the mini console market. They are actually coming back to it. In fact, they were kind of beaten. They kind of beat Sony and Microsoft, Nintendo to the punch with the mini systems. It's just up to this point, they've not been very good. Then they've done this one. And they've done it properly, and oh damn,
you can tell.
This thing is excellent. If you want to pick up one of these yourself, there's a link in the description to go and grab one. But before you go and spend all the money in getting one, which you totally should, spoiler.
Can I unbox it yet?
Should we unbox it?
Can I unbox it?
Scott,
I'm just gonna just.
So I've actually got one of these already, and I've been playing with it, and it is the best thing. And so Scott's gonna do a little unboxing here for you. So this will show you all the stuff you get. You get your micro USB cable to power the thing.
The thing is, do we dive into the controllers now?
I would say no, not yet. I'd say do the controllers last.
Okay. They can sit there for a second.
We'll show you the controllers in a minute.
Okay.
You've got yourself a HDMI cable as well. Basically, what you'd expect from a normal mini console. You get these things. You don't get a power plug with them, which is kind of what you expect. But this one, interestingly, compared to like the Sony PlayStation Mini, this one can be powered off a TV USB plug because it doesn't require as much power. Because obviously, you know,
what a sexy little thing!
Look at this thing!
What a sexy little thing!
Look at this teeny weeny little Mega Drive. Scott, would you like to do the honours of peeling this bit of plastic off?
Oh God, okay, yeah. You only get to do this sort of once every couple of months with something.
Yeah, when you get your new product and you've got to peel that stuff.
He's done
it. You got it.
Wait, but just. Oh, that
baby.
might be the best thing so far.
So this is the Mega Drive Mini itself. It's about, I think it's, I had a statistic in my head as to how small it was compared to the original.
I'm gonna go with like a 1 to.
I want to say it's like 1 to 10, 1 to 11, something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. I did know this before.
It's fine.
But this is the Mega Drive Mini itself. It is a 1-to-1 replica of the original Mark I Mega Drive that you might know.
Do you know what else is a replica, mate?
Oh man, here we go.
Do you know what else is a replica? These chunky buttons,
These
mate.
incredible controllers. So
I'm such a fan.
The standard 3-button controller that you remember off the Mega Drive back in the day, they are back in full force, and they feel, honestly, they feel amazing.
The thing is with this, like you forget how chunky it was, how responsive it was, like the rubber start button and things like that, and even the 8-way D-pad thing. It immediately takes me back, excuse me, to owning my original Mega Drive, and I'm a large fan of being a man.
I still have my original Mega Drive, and I did like put them side by side and had a play to feel. And obviously, the only thing about the new ones is that they obviously feel very new compared to these other ones that I've had for God knows how many years, and they're kind of worn out. The D-pads aren't as like responsive anymore, but these ones are perfect, and they are USB as well. So whether you can use these on a PC or not, I'm not entirely sure. I'm guessing you
Someone will find a way.
But yeah, USB ports on the front, and then you've got HDMI and power on the back. And you get, like I said, you get HDMI lead, you get your power lead, you just need a plug, or you can plug it into a USB port on your TV. If you've got one that supports the right voltage, but as I said, this thing doesn't require that much power to get going, so plugging it into the crap TV we've got here in the office that we have spare,
the thing
that powered it.
One of the things that I love is that, because I remember I came in after you played yours for a bit, and I was like, so I can play all these games in HD. It might seem super obvious, but like genuinely to me, I just hadn't thought of it that way, and I was like, lovely crisp versions of something like Comic Zone or Alex Kidd or whatever.
It outputs at 720p HD, and if I remember rightly, there aren't many options in the options to put like CRT filters on, as far as I was aware.
I never put them on anyway in the other systems.
Yeah, I've only put it on for Sonic Mania when they had that option, but otherwise this comes to a crisp 720p. It looks really, really nice. The menus are the first thing you're obviously going to see, and the range of games you get on this system is absolutely ridiculous.
We could put like some of them on screen or something. We've got some specific ones that we want to spotlight, but there's a massive list of stuff. Literally everything you would ever associate with a Mega Drive has been put on.
You've got 40 games plus 2 bonus games. And yeah, as you said, everything that you'd expect from a Mega Drive, you're basically getting. There are a few omissions, but they're more sequels to games that are on the system already, so you do not get things like Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles, which is a bit of a shame, but you get Sonic 2 and and you get Sonic Spinball, which are the 2 best ones.
Also in terms of, like you mentioned, the 2 bonus games, it's Darius and Tetris. Now Darius is like an old school side-scrolling shooter that's only been released in a few sort of select territories, but Tetris, this version of Tetris has like an insane backstory to it.
It's huge, the fact that this Tetris game is released, because back in the late 1980s, early 1990s, there was a big hubbub about who actually owned the rights to Tetris. There's a really, really good video by the video game historian who does the history of Tetris, and it's obviously, this is me talking. It's
Mr. Johnny Tetris himself.
It's super interesting as to where the rights all went. But basically, back in the day, Sega produced a version of Tetris for release on the Mega Drive, and as soon as they were about to release it, the rights got sorted out, and they ended up going to Nintendo. Hence why we then got it on the Game Boy and the NES and the SNES, etc., etc. So this version of Tetris either very, very briefly made it out. So if there is a physical copy around, it's going to be bloody expensive. But now you can play the version of Tetris that was going to be released on the Mega Drive on the Mega Drive Mini. It's kind of like the equivalent to Star Fox 2.
I was just thinking
being released on the SNES. So you get access to that. Plus, like some of the games on this, if you get the box, Scott, we'll show this on the camera.
Yes.
On the back of the box, you get a ton of artwork showing you what games you're going to get. And you stuck the thing to it. What are you doing?
It makes it better. You peel off again.
That doesn't really count as the same. You get a bunch of really, like honestly, like truly incredible games. You get stuff like Earthworm Jim. You get Street Fighter,
Road Rash 2,
Road Rash 2. All this, like I said, all the stuff you expect from the Mega Drive, you will get. You get Streets of Rage 2. You don't get 1, which is a shame. You don't get 3, which is fine. You don't get Sonic 3. You don't get Sonic and Knuckles.
We'll run down some stuff. I made like a little short list of the sort of like the big things. We've got Earthworm Jim, obviously. Tetris that we mentioned. Street Fighter 2. Still one of the best beat 'em ups, or one of the best fighting games.
It's like
of
the
all
sort
time.
of legendary edition or something. It's a super duper edition. It's really hard.
You can crank it out. It has the turbo options and everything else.
Yes.
But it's like if you want rite of passage style games, if you were going to grab a mini console and play something with your friends, Street Fighter 2 is the go-to. And this is already on the SNES as well, the mini SNES. But like the Mega Drive version, if you like your clunky buttons and everything, it makes it kind of better.
And speaking of the fighting games, there is also Virtua Fighter.
Yes.
Obviously, not 3D graphics, which I kind of thought there would be. I know it was more for the Saturn, but I thought they might try and do like the Super FX chip style 3D effects. But you can get that. There is a battle mode in Streets of Rage 2 as well. So if you like your fighting games, you will be covered. And it has been revealed that I think a third-party company, I can't remember who exactly, they're releasing a 6-button Mega Drive controller, which you might remember if you had one. I have one as well. I use it because it's got a longer cable compared to the original ones. But they will be compatible with the Mega Drive Mini. So if you want to use a 6-button controller and play a fighting game properly on the Mega Drive Mini, you can.
Also, Shinobi, which for me has one of the best soundtracks of the whole. I mean, the Mega Drive had some really great soundtracks, but I love Shinobi. The general feel of that game is just badass.
Speaking of the music, the menus themselves have randomized music from the games. I think there's always the same piece of music plays when you first boot the console, but the random piece of music from the games on the system will play on the menu when you go back.
Which is a massive thing that it has that the PlayStation Classic just didn't do on the menu. Like the PlayStation Classic's menus were, I think, silent. If they
looked very nice and very fitting. That's the thing that the Mega Drive one kind of has and kind of doesn't have. It's like they made it look more like the sort of original box art, the very grid-based stuff on the menus. But
I like that though. I mean, compared to the NES and SNES, like it's up there. Like if you get a mini system, you kind of want it to have like a personality to some degree, and that stuff kind of comes across.
And the best thing about this game, the best thing about this is like the thing you've probably all been waiting for to hear is that it just works. Yes. The emulation is absolutely 110% spot on because I grew up playing obviously the Mega Drive itself that I still have, but I also had the Mega Collection or Sonic's Mega Collection Plus on the PlayStation 2. Yes. I had the Ultimate Mega Drive Collection on the Xbox 360. And then recently I bought the new Mega Drive Collection for the Switch, which is arse. Don't buy it. It emulates really badly, but this thing is absolutely perfect.
It's weird because you shouldn't it doesn't feel like something that you could get wrong. But if you played the PlayStation Classic, you'll know that they messed up something like Final Fantasy VII with a bunch of hitches and frame rate problems, and you just want to plug the thing in and play it. And like you said, it just works. I know that phrase is like overused,
it's proper Bethesda lies. But no, this thing is honestly, this thing is absolutely incredible. It's so good to see that they've actually managed to take this concept and make it work. Because as I've said, they've been doing this. There's honestly loads of Mega Drive Mini collection or consoles that have been released. There must be like 3 or 4 now, but they've all been failures.
Well, they were all like maybe third-party versions or things that didn't have the build quality.
This is a first-party thing, hence why this has got the original design of the Mark 1.
You can tell that they had like the original, schematics, and it's like same with the other mini consoles. You have like they've taken the original design aesthetics, so
just scale it down.
And just like made it again and scaled it down or made them again.
It's the fact that even down to like the buttons on the front, they actually work. So your power button and your reset button do work exactly as you would expect them to. The volume slider does nothing, but it still moves, which I'll give them credit for.
TV,
and even the slot for the cartridge even opens as well.
Stop fingering the slot.
No,
mate.
You don't get a mini cartridge to put into this, which is a bit of a shame. But there is actually a thing you can buy in Japan. Whether they're releasing it over here or not, I'm not sure. You can get the 32X and the CD, the Japanese CD, because you know how the Sega CD in the West was like a thing that literally stuck onto the side of the system.
Yes.
The one in the East was like an underneath thing, like the 64DD.
Yeah.
And you can buy like a miniature version, which comes with like the Sega CD, then it's the console, then it's the 32X, then it's the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge, then it's the Sonic 2 cartridge.
It's like a burger. It's a giant
you get this massive tower of mini systems. And in fact, I didn't do this on my one. This thing actually pops off.
What?
The expansion slot pops off because, like I said, because you can have that purely cosmetic thing that they can actually sit on the bottom of it. I didn't realize this before, but now I know it does. I didn't want to force it off and break it. But now I know it actually does pop off. You can actually pop the expansion slot off, which is really silly.
Why not?
But also brilliant.
One last thing to throw in on the game side, although we'll probably show you a bunch more footage, is that Echo the Dolphin is on here. One of the weirdest,
I do not understand that game in the
games.
slightest.
Yeah, and like it still kind of has its reputation. I love it for the fact that it still is regarded as something that is a big old kind of weird mess, but it's interpretational and whatever. If you want to know what the big deal is with Echo the Dolphin and you've heard about it over the years, at least they've included it in here.
That's the best thing about the system is like being able to play this thing. Like I got to play Mickey Mouse's Castle of Illusion, which I've never played before, and I've heard so much about. And it's as much as it's just a platform where I got really, really into it. I got to play things like Earthworm Jim for the first time, things like Virtua Fighter, Road Rash. Like I have my Mega Drive collection at home, which I love, and I don't really feel like I need to add to it. But something like this means you can play those games on the original, as close to the original systems you can get with the right controller, especially one that bloody works. Like going back to the old ones and feeling how mushy it's all gotten over how many years. You don't want
someone's like fifth party handoff or whatever, as opposed to a brand new one.
Going back and being able to play those games like sort of almost one-to-one with how they were meant to be played rather than emulating them or playing on a collection, which as I said can be hit or miss because the old ones were good, the new ones are bad. But this thing is honestly excellent. If you are a Mega Drive player and you still got a Mega Drive but you want to pick up one of these, it's totally worth it. If you're somebody that did have a Mega Drive and doesn't have it now, this thing is excellent.
I think like in the wider sort of scope of like the emergence of these mini systems as well, like you wouldn't think there'd be a way to do it wrong. And like the Mini NES and the Mini SNES, like they're both brilliant. Like I said, they have really great menu music, game selections and everything. But then we saw Sony try it and the Mini PlayStation was...
And it just failed.
Yeah, it just missed the exclusives that it needed.
Exactly,
it didn't run very
that's the
well.
thing. The games you expected to get on that system you didn't get.
Totally.
With this you do get
This
those
is one of the
games.
better ones.
Yes.
If not the best so far. Like it's lush.
Really?
Well, I think
you've got a Mini NES and SNES.
Yes, I collect all these
Where would this stack up against?
It's definitely, that's the thing, it's the cream of the crop. Like, I mean, it's the stuff that you want from it. Like you said, it has the games that you need and it just runs, which is kind of all that they need to do. It's upscaled nicely and everything looks like pristine. The controller for me, it has a more nostalgic pull than the SNES because I grew up using the Mega Drive more. So it's that. It's the age-old thing of Sega versus Nintendo. But if you're looking for a premium way to experience some of the most essential video games in history, it's right here and it works.
Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Well, I mean,
Nintendo kind of does.
Nintendo kind of do.
As well.
So Sony...
What Sony doesn't.
Sedonti. Sedonti.
No, Sedonti would not approve.
Sedonti. But yeah, basically, we are going to highly recommend this thing. Honestly, this thing is absolutely brilliant. I didn't think I would have needed one because I still have a Mega Drive. But I kind of needed one because it's just that good. And like I said, the ability to play all of this stuff, like I said, you plug it in, you switch it on, it just goes, there's the menu, go. And it's great, there's no fluff. You still get the save states as you'd expect. You can save it whenever you like. You get 4 save states per game. Which is great. If you've got a bunch of people playing it with different files, you're well away. And honestly, yeah, massive recommendation from us. This thing is absolutely brilliant. It's great to see that Sega have got back on top with their mini consoles after so many years of not really doing them very well.
Of being so close, but not nailing it.
Yeah,
and then
the last one was only like last year, or so, like year before, the flashback thing. They did some handhelds, but the last like standalone console was a bit of a flop and people were quite disappointed. But this thing, put all that stuff out the window, forget about 80 games. This thing is absolutely excellent. But yes, thank you so much for Sega for sponsoring the video and sending this thing in. If you do want to get your own, there is a link in the description below. But yes, if you're wanting one of these for Christmas, go ask your parents or your partner or just go buy one.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Let us know what you think of this thing down in the comments below. Were you a big Mega Drive fan, and are you going to be picking one of these up, or are you going to be begging one for Christmas? I know Scott is.
Oh yes, if I don't run away with this one, but we'll see. We'll see.
Anyway, I have been Rich.
I've been Scott.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.